This is MrBeast.
I am standing on $5 million of real money. Everyone's so excited. Good luck, man. Bring out $1 million.
The biggest YouTuber on the platform and the creator of Beast Games, a show which held the biggest cash prize ever. And this is Rose Malay, a contestant on the show who, despite being eliminated in the first round, has gone on to spread the biggest allegations towards MrBeast. Lies, misinformation, and contestants almost passing away.
I was crying because I was barely fed. I was crying because for hours I didn't have access to water. Crying because I was told that the rope was being pulled around somebody's neck.
This is the story of the Beast Games contestant that is slandering MrBeast. I'm Indart, and make sure to subscribe with notifications on. I was on Beast Games. I'm shocked no one died. This video would be uploaded by Rose on the 14th of February 2025. Whilst only reaching about 12,000 views, this video would go on to spread some of the biggest secrets from Beast Games and how poorly MrBeast had treated his contestants while on set. For context, Beast Games is an Amazon Prime show in which 2,000 contestants compete their way through several challenges, some being physical strength, others being mind games, or some just plain luck. A specific number of contestants would be eliminated each round until the last person standing would be awarded with $5 million. Rose, on the other hand, has already found herself in many scandals online. She has been called out by a YouTuber, Brad Taste in Music, for being pro and beast.
However, a single look at her previous Twitter posts tells a completely different story, with horrendous takes like, "Consent is stupid, is natural and necessary for a happy and healthy society. Why is the modern world so miserable? Because are treated as criminals instead of cherished for their masculinity." In another tweet, she even defended bestiality, claiming she doesn't know why it's illegal, with a tweet reading, "I don't understand why it's illegal for a dog to lick my blank when gay men lick each other's blanks all the time, and it's perfectly legal."
Rose has also posted videos about how Zootopia is a movie about men's rights and not racism, claiming that all the predators in the movie were male. By now, it's clear that Rose doesn't have the best reputation from being online, but after being selected as a contestant, things only got a whole lot worse.
So basically, what you need to understand is that MrBeast is in total panic mode right now. Basically, he's desperate for people to disprove the allegations against him. So I came up with a little test. I gave him some bait, and he took it hook, line, and sinker.
She began her expose video by mentioning that the contestants on the show were only allowed to talk positively about their experience, and if they said anything negative, they could face a fine of up to $500,000. Rose then talked about an interview that some of the former contestants did with Umperville. However, the quote, random contestants that were selected were all prominent players in the show.
You see, the thing is, one of the contestants he interviewed is literally a Beast employee.
I'm a creative producer. I specialize in larger-than-life projects with some of the world's top YouTubers.
Here's him sending text messages to another employee about Rosanna Pansino. Here's him saying that he wants anybody speaking out against the show to be blacklisted from any future reality TV show opportunities. Yeah, a lovely unbiased source from a random contestant there. And when you look at everybody else in this video, you can tell that the Beast team chose these contestants. This Beth lady, she was in previous MrBeast videos before Beast Games. Mia won $1.8 million. Maybe the person who won an island is just maybe a little biased towards the show, you know? And then we have Jimmy, who he's 42, a very prominent previous MrBeast contestant.
However, this can all be seen as pretty hypocritical, as she then goes on to mention this.
Now, of course, there are contestants who are defending MrBeast, and what's funny is that a lot of them are saying that anyone talking badly about the show is just bitter that they lost. But then a lot of them, when they get out, start calling foul.
And that's seemingly what this video is all about. Another claim she made was during a challenge where the remaining players were separated into 4 groups. Each group had to elect a captain who would be offered $1 million to eliminate their entire team. Naturally, any sane person would take this bribe with no second thought, but none of the 4 captains actually did. Her reasoning for this was quite interesting.
What you need to understand is that everybody watching Beast Games was shocked when nobody took the money.
500 grand! What is going on?
But it starts to make a little more sense when you kind of look into who these people are. What if I told you that they didn't take the money because they were already filthy rich, and that's why they were chosen? For instance, Tawana Barnett.
Tawana, she's a pro wrestler. She had a mission to kind of clear her husband's name. Her husband was supposed to be a part of the games, but he could not get into the country, so he could not continue.
Want to take a wild guess as to who her husband is? You will never guess this. It's the freaking bounty hunter guy from the Stokes Twins video. The dude has also appeared in many TV shows and movies. Point is, these people do not need $5 million. Also, Dino, lovable guy, right?
You guys mean more to me than that screen.
Well, let me just play the clip.
Dino is a retired firefighter. He's worked with A-list actors. He's worked with celebrities. He has a decent amount of money saved up, enough to where $1 million is not life-changing for him.
Also, Jeremy is a previous MrBeast contestant.
We're gonna be giving you $20,000. That's awesome.
In total, that is a year's salary worth of money that he has won from previous videos.
And he constantly posts pictures with polar bears and just beautiful scenic nature. I'm gonna be real with you, I don't think he needs the money.
The sole provider for my family. There's 6 of us.
So that just leaves Harrison. But you know, I'm glad, because at least Harrison is a genuine guy.
I'm Harrison, the homeless veteran from Beast Games.
He's homeless. Oh, that's 4 out of 4. Sorry, you don't get to claim to be homeless when your car that you live in costs 6 figures and you constantly brag about how cool it is.
What's worse is that Rose then goes on to pull old and out of context clips of MrBeast saying that he only does YouTube and makes videos for the money. But realistically, it's pretty obvious you can tell he was joking and just did it for funny moments in his videos.
I'm a YouTuber because I want to make a lot of money. I mean, why else would I be a YouTuber? I started YouTube because I wanted to entertain people and then build because I wanted to make money. I want you guys to spam comments like, Beast, stop cursing, think of your wallet, so I can get better ads and make more money.
So Rose's experience on the show was cut extremely short, being eliminated in the first round. Nobody wants it to be them, but it has to be somebody. In her video, she went on to describe exactly why she ended up being eliminated, and that was because of the tragic living conditions that the contestants went through. She talked about how the contestants were forced to stay in their hotel rooms before filming so that the general public and people nearby wouldn't see what was going on. Unfortunately, the room service did not end up working, so the contestants were allowed to leave their room to get something to eat. Rose didn't end up taking this risk as she thought room service would be fixed and that food would be delivered to her room.
And because of all that confusion, I basically took the safe route and said, you know what? I'm not taking that chance. I'm staying in my room from now on. But because of that, I pretty much didn't eat the whole day.
So she ended up not eating anything the whole day before filming. Once the day of the shoot commenced, Rose pulled up photos and a video that she, alongside all the other contestants, were forced to wear trash bags over their Beast Games clothes while getting prepared. She mentioned that MrBeast made them do this to keep it a secret from bystanders, Rose went into more detail about how harsh the rules and regulations were that MrBeast had in play. She had to ration her water for the hours spent waiting to begin filming. She wasn't allowed to talk during certain periods or she would be eliminated, and she made the claim that she wasn't even allowed to have food during this whole process. Eventually, after multiple hours, the contestants were given food, but Rose described it as what could be the absolute bare minimum: a small portion of oatmeal, a couple tiny vegetables, and one singular hard-boiled egg. After another mind-numbing 8 hours of waiting and doing absolutely nothing, the contestants were led into the first game.
But then eventually, it was time. And so we're finally ready, but before we can go, they say, oh, no water bottles. If you have a water bottle with you, you will be eliminated. But why can't we have water bottles? What is so horrible about us having water bottles on that stadium? Are you afraid that it's gonna ruin the shot? You can't deprive people of water.
The first challenge was a strength-based game, where the players were split up into 5 separate teams, and all had to pull a rope to lift a massive 10,000-pound boulder to the finish line, and the last team to do so would all be eliminated.
I'm just like, you've gotta be kidding me. It's a strength-based competition. The people casting the show had sent multiple messages being like, look, we're looking for more women, you know, we want women to compete.
Then she went on to talk about the diversity of the teams.
We formed 5 different lines behind the different boulders, and then they start telling us, all right, girls in the back, boys in the front. They just decided to give all the jerseys to the very front of these young, athletic men. If you were a woman, if you were elderly, if you were overweight, they would just simply refuse. Everyone was rushing to try to get a jersey for one of the good teams.
The massive rush to get a good jersey ended up in there being a mosh pit in the stadium. Rose had claimed that multiple people got trampled over and others were accidentally punched by other players. This is how Rose ended up getting on her team.
But anyway, I run as fast as I can trying to get this jersey. They're all out, so I run to the next group and it's all out. It's just the red team, and it's just clear that it's all the rejects, all the physically weaker contestants, all the women, all the elderly, all the people that nobody wanted. The red team was like 90% women. 90%. Think about that.
But how the challenge played out for her team went incredibly wrong. During the process of pulling the rope back, one person in her team ended up getting strangled around their neck by the rope.
And so then I just start talking to like the women behind me, and I start asking like, why did we stop pulling? What happened? And she says to me, the rope went around somebody's neck, and so we stopped. What? Like the rope tied around their neck. We lost the challenge because we didn't want to hate one of our members.
She then went on to explain how the production crew seemingly didn't care at all about this accident and wanted to continue on with the challenge. No reshoots were available and the red team was eliminated just like that. After Rose was taken out of the game, she said she received $1,000, which was only half of what MrBeast offered in the show. Rose had now made the claim that after the show was finished filming, the production crew had faced tons of backlash online. So MrBeast ended up doubling the elimination prize in hopes that the contestants would forgive him. For now, Rose seems very confident about every claim that she's made in this video and is very positive that MrBeast will see this and will have to respond. But for now, very little has been said about this drama.